Oh, my sweet summer children, gather round and let me tell you the tragic ballad of Univerzita Karlova, Praha, where dreams go to die in the most spectacularly bureaucratic fashion. Picture this. You, a bright-eyed little academic fawn, trotting off to what you think is a prestigious institution, only to discover it is run by the intellectual equivalent of soggy toast. Let us begin with the the professors. These are not the wise, nurturing mentors of your fantasies. No, these are creatures who look at a student with special needs and go, yes, your accommodations are, how do we say, an inconvenience to me. Can you imagine? A university, a place meant to elevate mind-striating basic human decency, like an overpriced latte, they cannot be bothered to make. One poor soul was told their disability paperwork was excessive shortly after a literal shooting on campus. The empathy here is so absent, it might as well be a theoretical concept in a philosophy lecture nobody attends. And then, oh darling, there is the Erasmus program. If hell had a study abroad office, it would be run by Petra Benishevska. Picture this, you spend months preparing, you get accepted to university in the UK. You pack your little suitcase with dreams and textbooks only for Petra to forget to send your nomination, and then, one day before your flight, email you like, oopsie, no study abroad for you. And when you cry foul, she blames the foreign university, who then produces emails proving it was her fault. The audacity, the incompetence, the sheer theatrical villainy of it all. Do you know what it feels like to be gaslit by an administrator? It feels like being told the sky is green while you are actively suffocating. And the facilities, oh honey. The lecture halls are so outdated, you half expect a scribe to show up with a quill. The heating is a myth. The chairs are medieval torture devices disguised as furniture. And the Wi-Fi. Slower than a snail carrying a backpack full of regrets, but the real tragedy, the real crime, the way they treat international students. If you dare to speak English on the phone, they hang up. If you email, you are ghosted harder than a Tinder date from 2014. They make you jump through hoops of fire just to get a single piece of paper, and when you finally get it, it is wrong, always wrong. And let us not forget the crowning jewel of this circus, the education itself. Some graduates say they learned nothing, not a crumb. Just handed a diploma like a participation trophy and shoved into the real world wholly unprepared. It is like paying for a 5-star meal and being served a single, unseasoned pea on a silver platter. So tell me, my darlings, does this sound like a university? Or does it sound like a poorly run theme park where the only ride is disappointment? Leave your thoughts below. Have you too been
opening with a thoughtful tone, ladies and gentlemen, as we embark on a journey through the storied streets surrounding the prestigious Univerzita Karlova, Praha? One might expect an ambience of scholarly grace and refined establishments. However, the reality, as painted by the candid brushstrokes of customer experiences, presents a somewhat different tableau. The businesses nestled in the shadow of this ancient institution have, regrettably, garnered a reputation that falls short of the splendor of their neighbor. It's as if these enterprises, basking in the reflected glory of the university, have forgotten the art of customer satisfaction, letting the side down for visitors and locals alike. With a hint of disappointment, take, for instance, the matter of John Reed Fitness Praha, a place where the decibels of music rival the clanking of weights, and the search for a functional shower can be as strenuous as the workout itself. The gym, it seems, has become a ground for discontent, with patrons reporting incidents of disrespect and a general sense of neglect. The staff, rather than being pillars of support, appear to be cast from a mold of indifference. One wonders, in a space dedicated to well-being, how the atmosphere has become so unwell. Shifting to a more critical tone, the tales of woe from John Reed's patrons read like a dystopian fitness manual. From the chronically malfunctioning amenities to the labyrinthine contract terms, it's a saga that would make even the most seasoned of gym-goers weary. The management's response to criticism, or lack thereof, leaves much to be desired, suggesting a fortress impervious to the slings and arrows of customer dissatisfaction. With a touch of irony, and yet, the gym is but one act in this unfolding drama. Kunsthal Praha, a beacon of culture, or so one would hope, has also been cast under the shadow of discontent. Here, the art is not solely confined to the exhibits, it is also in the art of disappointment. Visitors speak of a paltry display, a mere whisper of what was promised, leading to a swift deflation of artistic anticipation. The gallery, it appears, is a masterclass in how not to curate an experience, leaving one to ponder the true definition of art in this context. Injecting a dose of humor in a twist of irony that even the most avant-garde of playwrights might hesitate to pen, the security personnel at Kunsthal Praha are said to outshine the exhibits themselves, with their keen ability to materialize at one's elbow, a silent yet stern reminder that one is never truly alone with the art. It's enough to make one question whether the true exhibit is the art on the walls or the performance of surveillance unfolding before them. Reflecting on the broader implications, these stories, while grounded in the experiences of individuals, tell a larger tale of the business ethos that pervades the area near Univerzita Karlova Praha. It's a narrative that speaks to a lack of empathy, a failure to listen, and a curious indifference to the very people these businesses rely on for their livelihood. In a protective tone, as a guardian of the traveler's experience, I must caution those who wander into these establishments with stars in their eyes. It is my duty to prepare you, dear listener, for the possibility that not all that glitters near the hallowed halls of academia is gold. Concluding with a note of hope, yet, let us not dwell in the realm of the negative. Instead, let this serve as a beacon, guiding you towards the multitude of other options that Prague has to offer. For every tale of woe, there is a hidden gem waiting to be discovered, where the staff smile with genuine warmth and the services rendered are worth every koruna. Ending on a reflective note in the end, the businesses near Univerzita Karlova Praha stand as a reminder that reputation is not inherited, but earned day by day, interaction by interaction.
May this serve as a compass, pointing you towards experiences that uplift and inspire in a city that is truly without parallel.
I was walking around Univerzita Karlova, Praha last week. You know, just trying to find some peace in this beautiful but heavy city. The area near the university is full of these little cafes and restaurants. And I started noticing something strange, like, why do some people pay more for the same food just because they speak English? There is this place called Clock Caf, right there in Old Town Square, super close to Univerzita Karlova Praha. They charged English-speaking customers an extra 50 korun for no reason. Like, if you ordered in Czech, no fee, but if you said coffee, please, boom, extra charge. I think the tourists probably didn't even notice. They just paid, smiled, and walked away. But later, when they counted their money, maybe they felt something was off. Maybe they felt stupid. Maybe they blamed themselves. That is what hurts the most, you know. Then there is Caf Restaurant on Sintalek Island, also near the university area. They did the same thing, but worse. They added 75 korun and wrote we recommend tips on the receipt only for English speakers. I bet the staff laughed after the tourists left. I bet they thought, easy money. The tourists probably just wanted a quiet moment, maybe to write in their journal or stare at the river. Instead, they got tricked. And the ham stands at Havelsk, TRIT, just a short walk from Univerzita Karlova. Praha, those are the worst. They serve you this big chunk of ham, and you think, oh, nice, local food. But then they weigh it, and the price is like 3 times what you expected. The tourists probably paid anyway, because what else can you do? You are in a foreign country. You do not want to make a scene. So you just swallow it, literally and emotionally. I keep thinking, why do they do this? Don T.